That year I did Tiger Woods' rookie card, which was part of that.
Whoa.
And like there's numbered cards at that go for over 20,000 each. I did like Jordans are in there, so there's game used Jordan cards, signed Jordan cards of mine.
What's going on today, guys? It's Tyler here from Time Card Hits. We're at the National Card Show with an amazing artist. For viewers who don't know who you are, please tell us your name and what you do.
Yes, James Fiorentino, and gosh, I've been coming to the National probably going back 20, 25 years ago, doing some of the earlier ones. But yeah, I've been painting ever since I was 8 years old and taking lessons, but became known, you know, in this sort of hobby and with people when I was about 14, 15 years old. And was always painting, always playing sports, combined the passion for both. First player I'd ever met to get to sign a painting, and it was really based on collecting. I wanted to get something cool, autographed, was Joe DiMaggio. And I was 14 years old.
So cool.
And, you know, was lucky to have a painting of Reggie Jackson in the Baseball Hall of Fame when I was 15. And I got a lot of press. Grew up in New Jersey, so I was getting a lot of local press, New York press. And then just started slowly becoming friendly with players and Hall of Famers at that age. So guys like Yogi Berra and Phil Rizzuto, and again, I feel like right place at the right time. Started doing artwork for the great Ted Williams. So it was the 20 greatest hitters that Ted was choosing for his museum. It was his second year in the museum. This is around 95-ish, 94, 95. And I literally got to fly out to meet Ted Williams. I would come back, and I always tell people, the table next to me was Mantle, Mays, Aaron. I mean, it was incredible. So painting that 20 greatest hitters, and then all this was sort of going into my senior year in high school. I was playing a lot of baseball, would end up playing baseball in college, and I think because of that, I was Cal Ripken's official artist when he broke the streak. So I was at both games. And that's when I started getting a lot of national attention TV-wise. So like Dick Schaap interviewed me for ABC World News, from on the field with CBS This Morning, the game after, you know, ESPN's, New York Times. So it started to take off, and I used to do a lot of shows, and I'm a collector. Like my whole life was cards. I loved trading cards. And then I got, you know, another dream of mine within doing art and sports paintings. My first cards for Topps were 1999. So I did the 99 Topps gallery set with Bill Purdom, and those cards would be like the 53 Topps cards. I would then go on to do artwork for Upperdeck. My first cards for Upperdeck were 2001, the Fiorentino collection. So, you know, it's all been, you know, my passion for collecting with my, you know, love of art.
You mentioned working on Topps cards and then Upperdeck. Take me through that process. Did you draw inspiration from older sets? Did you utilize a lot of that? Were you trying to do something a little bit more new and innovative because it's going to be your first set in, you know, in cards?
Yeah, it's a great question. Even from being very young and collecting, I've always been into vintage. Okay. I've always loved the history of sports, especially the history of baseball. Obviously, as an artist, I love that a lot of those older cards were hand painted. Yeah. You know, so to me, that was always a big thing, and that's why, you know, again, I didn't even mention before, another guy who I loved growing up was Dick Perez, who I know. And so there were guys painting like Dick Perez, Vernon Wells for Upperdeck, and a few guys here and there. So for me, it was trying to get that baseball painting type of thing back into cards even more. So the first for 99, I couldn't paint the whole set. I was in college, and I painted, it was a mix of current players. I think Hank Aaron was in the set, but it was like Jeter and Griffey and Tony Gwynn and Piazza. And they look like the 53 cards. So that's how Topps did them, which was pretty amazing. Those paintings were then given out back then as like redemptions. When people got points,
that's so cool.
You would get the painting framed with the printer press cards. I luckily found one and bought my Tony Gwynn back years ago.
You got to have that in the PC forever. You know?
Which is exciting. Then I was very lucky where Upperdeck saw my Topps cards, was very excited, and said, hey, we'd like for you to paint a series of Legends cards, which was 2001. And those cards first came out as baseball cards, and they were in black and white. And then they put my name on it, which I didn't know, the Fiorentino collection. So when I saw the proofs, I was pretty excited.
That's so cool.
That year I did Tiger Woods' rookie card, which was part of that.
Whoa.
And like there's numbered cards of that go for over 20,000 each.
Yeah.
I did like Jordans are in there, so there's game used Jordan cards, signed Jordan cards of mine. So there was a lot of game used of those Hall of Famers, Bill Russells, and the basketball cards we actually had at the Basketball Hall of Fame. So the cards were framed with the originals. Dr. J did the opening there with me. We did like a question and answering. I actually made a bigger version of my Dr. J card only for that event that he signed.
Really?
It's like a 5x7, I think. Then I did football, I did the golf, I did hockey, all in that year. Like I was mentioning, a Tiger card. Then I would do more in 03, which I always was like doing stuff that was more vintage looking. They had me do play ball cards in baseball.
Oh yes.
So I did a Ted Williams set.
Those.
Yeah. And a lot of my art was on the cover of the boxes, on the cover of the packs. Then I went for a while not doing as many for card companies, and in between was kind of a fun set. I did stuff for Kellogg's, and I painted an insert set in all their products that were only autographed by Hank Aaron, David Robinson. Like it was a random group of like legendary kind of athletes. The latest cards I've done were for Topps Transcendent.
Okay.
And so I did 50 paintings for that, and that's the first time now where I actually painted on the card. So, which I actually have a few examples here.
Yeah.
And
love to take a look at those
so that's the first time I'm painting that tiny. There were 50 of them in those sets, and that was a lot of fun. So I certainly love to paint for card companies. It's one of the coolest things I feel like you can do. And then people will commission me now to do like card-sized paintings occasionally. But you know, I'm obviously still a collector at heart, and you know, love seeing it in that kind of format. One of the newest things I had just painted was the National Baseball Hall of Fame yearbook cover this year.
Actually, let's grab that real quick.
So like that I'm very proud of. Was just up at the Hall of Fame with all these players last week. That original is hanging in the induction room right now. And that original will then go into, I believe, Heritage auction in October, and all the proceeds will go to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. So it's just really exciting to work with them again. I've had paintings in there over the years. So yeah, it's just, even for me all these years and meeting all these guys, I still get to do things like that you know, even I still enjoy, and bringing my boys into my sons to meet all these guys is a lot of fun. So.
Fellow Pokemon collectors, by the way, too.
Yes.
That actually kind of segues into our next question, actually. Would you ever do Pokemon cards at all?
Oh, that would be incredible. Yeah, I mean, I was older when they came out, so I'm enjoying it now through him. And I love them. I think the art side of them and their characters are absolutely incredible.
Incredible. It's the way they're doing it now too.
Yeah.
It's so much different than how it was when we were younger too.
Yeah.
It's like way more elaborate. It's filling the whole card, you know.
No, it's just we look at it from an aesthetic standpoint. Like the characters are awesome, but then I'll see some of these cards. I'm like, wow, these are just beautiful pieces of art.
Seriously.
So it's fun seeing that. Yeah, I mean, obviously that'd be a dream come true, and my boys would love that. But who knows? You never know.
We got to make that happen, Pokemon. Let's make that happen. But we appreciate your time today.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.